So I have officially been on Booktube for 1 year. Let's talk about it. So 1 year ago today, on June 4th, it's June 3rd when I'm recording this. I gotta give myself some leeway. But I uploaded my very first YouTube video. I was so stinking nervous. It has been so much fun, and I have changed so much over that short year. So let's talk about it. All right, so I really don't have a plan for this video. We'll see how it turns out. I just finished recording all of the books I've read since February. That's going to be a monster to edit. This one will probably come first. Let's see. So I wrote down a few questions of things that I want to talk about on my 1 year anniversary on Booktube. How has life changed? Was my favorite part? All the things, So let's start with, why did I start a Booktube channel? So my life changed drastically this time last year. I was a full-time middle school science teacher for 11 years over several different districts. And while I absolutely loved being in the classroom, the needs of my children at home were much greater than they had been in the past. So my husband and I are foster parents. We have had 5 kids over the last 5-6 years that we've been doing this. It would have been 2019. So yeah, actually right now, 6 years ago was the first time we took in a child into our home to foster. So that's been a journey. Anyways, we have a fluctuation of kids in our home. As of right now, we have a 5-year-old who is adopted, and we have twin 3-year-old boys, 3.5 years old at this point. They have been in our house since September of 2023. So over a year and a half, getting closer to that 2-year mark at this point. So last year when I started this channel, my husband had just started his own business, which does require quite a bit of traveling. We had 3 boys at that point, 4 and under, and it was too much to handle on my own for long spans of time. And so we made the decision for me to stay home. I absolutely love staying home with my kids, but having that outlet of something to focus on that's for me and for my friends here on the internet has been such a blessing through this transition time. All right, so why did I start my channel? I needed a creative outlet. I love books. Obviously, I love books. I've always loved reading. In the past, I would say 5 years, I really found my love for reading again. Anyways, I'm just rambling on at this point. But I started this Booktube channel in order to have a creative outlet and to share some of the good, positive books that I had been reading. The next one, how has life changed in the last year? Holy moly, everything's changed. Like I said, my husband started his own business. We're now over a year into it, and we've made it through that first winter, which was very difficult. It is much more certain that we will be permanently a family of 5. That is hopefully changing in this year. I'm hoping prayers would be appreciated in that realm for the boys, for us, and for birth family. All around, prayers would be helpful. My husband is a lot more confident in his work, which just, I love seeing that. I love seeing him be so successful at what he's doing and loving what he's doing. I don't know. That brings me so much joy. And so that is a lot more stable than maybe it was last year. What else has changed? Me as a reader, I feel like I'm very similar to what I was, but I do feel like I've gotten better at dropping a book if I'm not interested in it. I'm not. I just should have DNF'd 2 books and I didn't. You'll hear about them in my wrap up, but I powered through them. I hate DNFing a book. I would also say that I almost went back to teaching this year. I almost did. It was the exact same job that I was working at, which is actually my dream job. Like, since I was a little kid, that's the job that I had, and left to stay home. And it was offered to me as part-time, and I almost did it, but I knew that it was too much to put on my plate right now, and my kids really needed to come first. And so, I don't know. We're just following the Lord on what the next steps are for our family, and yeah. So, as far as big changes, nothing really has changed drastically. I have a lot more confidence in creating videos and doing all of these things. What's your favorite part about Booktube? It's the people. It's the people. It's the other Booktubers, and it's also the people that watch your videos and comment, and some people I also know over on Instagram, and so I get to see more of a daily part of their lives. There are so many friendships that can be built over reading books together. Reading books together, reading the same books, recommending books, all of those things just lead into deeper conversations, which I love. So that's a part of working in a classroom that I probably miss the most, is the relationships with the students, the relationships with the parents and other coworkers, and just doing life together. And by having a Booktube channel, it's not the same as face-to-face and the daily grind of going through a year of school together. But it does bring so much joy into my life that would not be there otherwise. So I think that is the absolute best. There are lots of great recommendations and all those things, but those are secondary to the relationships that are built through conversation. So I would absolutely say the best part is just the people you meet and the different conversations that are had. And my favorite part about it is that when these conversations lead to a greater faith or relationship with the Lord, for myself, for other people, I just, that really is the key. And that leads into like, what is your why? So as a teacher, I always rolled my eyes at this question. What is your why? Why are you doing this? Or remember your why. But it's usually attached to something that they're piling more on your plate. But as far as the Booktube, what is my why? Why do I keep posting videos on Booktube? There's kind of two parts to it. One part is the feeling of loving to read, but not being able to find something that matches your values. I was absolutely there. In 2020, 2021, I tried a couple Christian fiction books, but they just were not a good fit for me. But I didn't have anywhere else, but I couldn't find anywhere else to turn to find those good recommendations for books that I did end up loving, and found such a wealth of knowledge here on Booktube. And I know there are so many people out there who have not found that yet. Who love to read, maybe question some of the content that's in the books that they're reading, but it almost felt like you had to just give up reading, or, only read certain genres of books and not be able to read the romance that you do enjoy reading. I think there's great value in romance that does not enter the bedroom and become a completely different issue at that point. That's part of it. I want people to know that there's other options out there. Whether they choose to take those options or not, I just want them to know they're available. That's part of it. And the other part is just sharing my love for the Lord. Even if I didn't read any books, I would still have this desire in my heart to share the Lord with everyone. And that in itself is honestly the main goal of this channel, is to, great if you find some books along the way, but to constantly be bringing people closer to the Lord. But I would honestly say that is the heart behind what I do. Did it start that way? No, I started nervous and scared and unsure of everything I wanted to do. But very quickly it became a part where I just, if nothing else, I hope you see my love for the Lord. If nothing else, I hope you know that I've been there too. I've been there in those doubts. I've been there in all of the secular books. And I just want you to know there's so much better out there. So that's my why. And that's what I focus on and pray about before each video. Yes, I have a certain topic to talk about, but through that, am I sharing the Lord with others? And I hope that comes through in the videos at some point. Advice to new booktubers. So are you interested in starting your own booktube channel? I would highly recommend it. I have a camera, I have a smartphone camera and a very cheap ring light that broke, but thankfully my husband was able to go in. It wouldn't plug in anymore. It just like pushed all the way in. The plug-in just kind of fell apart. Thankfully my husband was able to resolder it back together and it still works. It was like a $30 ring light. I would say you're going to gain confidence along the way. You may or may not start with it. And to keep pushing through and do publish, there are so many people out there who are rooting for you. Even if you think you have nothing to say, even if you think that nobody's listening, they are. And you are making an impact with what you are doing. So definitely keep going. But I would definitely say just go for it. Just keep going. You're going to find your way along the path. I would say pray about it and just keep going. So that's my 1-year anniversary. I am so thankful for all of you who have been along this journey with me. I get interrupted at least 10 times a video recording. At least 10 times. But I am so thankful that you're here with me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.